Welcome to Next Game's Odyssey series. This episode covering the Shield JLNM Gigelorum on the Vengeance 5 difficulty. Now we will start with Gigalorm Vengeance 5 RP farming strategies, as well as the battle strategies for taking him on the Vengeance 5 difficulty. And then we'll show you a battle example as we're explaining all that on that Vengeance 5 difficulty so you can see exactly what it is you're in for. Now the future of the Odyssey series is devoted to Vengeance levels. The higher Vengeance level that you attempt a particular run on, the more RP you're going to get from that run. Therefore, I felt it was important to showcase the differences between these Vengeance levels so that especially solo players can figure out exactly where they could take this content on and where it's going to push them beyond the limit of one run and more than likely into 2 or even 3 runs in order to accomplish some of these clears. Now if you're new to Odyssey and would like to know more about the specifics of these NMs, please check out my videos already covering them in detail. Now let's go ahead and recap the previous Vengeance 0 run, where we did 890 Alliance DPS and killed him in 8 minutes with Ninja. The boss had approximately 333,000 hit points on this initial Vengeance level. Now in Vengeance 5, since he has roughly double the hit points, I tried numerous ways to deal additional damage knowing time was going to be short, but it was clear only one of these ways was going to deal enough damage in the end to beat him in time in a single run on this Vengeance 5 difficulty, and that was going to be using Club with True Strike. Now, in my particular run, the total Alliance DPS I achieved was 815 by the end of the run, when I timed out with 6% remaining. Now, if I had not spent some time trying to find the optimum way of dealing damage, I should have finished this run of just using the True Strike method with about 30 or seconds so remaining. Let's go ahead and go into exactly what that method I refer to looks like. Now the first and most important thing you have to realize when taking on Gigalorm, especially on Vengeance 5 and above, is anything but blunt damage does very poor damage on this particular NM. My Blade Shuns were doing in the 4,000 to 5,000 damage range when they spiked high, and Skill Chains and Magic Bursts were doing a very small amount of damage, usually under 1,000. Using Club with True Strike, however, led to consistent 6,000 damage weapon skills, with it spiking often up to as much as 12,000 damage. You will therefore want to use a True Strike setup with a weapon skill gear set that favors critical hit rate and critical hit damage. Now during this run, make sure you keep up Kaka, Gekka, and Inin at all times. Now Megawari really isn't necessary for this one. I use my usual haste cap trust of Joachim and Korumoru along with Monburo and Kupipi. For my fist slot on this one, I chose to use Arc EV to tank so that I can focus purely on getting in damage and how it is I can best achieve that. Now to make sure I could get the clear, for that last 6% I chose to take in Red Mage, thinking it would be easy with Club and Black Halo. Sadly, damage was poor and Red Mage was taking large amounts of AoE damage due to a lack of shadows. This led to a weapon skill run out of range, Stone Skin, blink, and then run back into range, only to weapon skill, and then run back out of range, and repeat this whole process. It was extremely slow. Yet another instance where taking in Summoner would have been wiser. I really need to learn my lesson here and use Summoner as my backup job, not Red Mage inside of Odyssey. The lack of sub job really just hampers Red Mage's ability to get their damage in. Okay, let's go ahead and see how the rest of this run goes so you get an idea of what it is you're looking at. Looks like Vengeance 5 is definitely going to be the highest we can take on with Gigalorm solo in a single run. I can definitely say these Atonement 2 NMs are proving more of a challenge than I was expecting them to. I definitely see Vengeance 10 being difficult for Gigalorm to get him done in time, even with 3 runs. And Vengeance 15 is definitely going to need another job other than Red Mage in order to bring it home in order to get that clear as well. Okay, let's go ahead and see what the rest of this battle example looks like. Enjoy the rest of the run, everyone. So next time, if we use True Strike right from the beginning, I'm pretty sure we can get that extra 6% down and take out Gigelorum Vengeance 5 in a single run. However, let me go ahead and show you just how difficult it is to deal damage with Red Mage on Gigalorm here. As you can see, he's healed up to 10%, and normally with Ninja, this would only take me a minute to a minute and a half to take away. But sadly, with Red Mage and the lack of shadows, you will see this becomes a very dangerous situation for me and takes me substantially longer than that. This is mainly because I have to continually run out of range and continually recast Stone Skin and Blink, and also of course because my TP rate is lowered so much by not having that offhand TP gain. I'm definitely going to need to find a third job that is more effective than Red Mage to deal solid damage when I take this on Vengeance 15. It's looking more and more to me like that job needs to be Monk, as most of the NMs that I'm struggling to finish in time take enhanced blunt damage. So I'm thinking if I could possibly use that job, we can sneak past some of these and it would be a good way to either start or finish them. Let's go ahead and see what the rest of this Red Mage run looks like. Enjoy the rest of the run, everyone. That'll be it for how to take on Gigalorm on the Vengeance 5 difficulty. You definitely have some work to do before taking him on Vengeance 10. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I hope you learned a lot. I know I did. We'll see you for our next video in the series later this week. Stay safe and stay healthy out there.